And good morning. It's Friday as we begin our show. Welcome. We're so glad to have you with us today as we begin this weekend. It is October the 3rd. Lots going on. We hope to see you downtown Meridian tonight as we'll have Full Moon on 5th. Should be a good show. We got to listen to a little bit more of the entertainment, see what they've got to sing for us tonight. At the end of the day, it's good fellowship. That's what it's all about. Hope you'll join us downtown tonight. I believe that gets underway 6-ish. We'll find out from our friend Julia. That girl will be flying in a little bit. We'll find out the rest of the story of what's going on there. 60 right now. A little bit of difference in temperature as we were having trouble getting readings from Key Field this morning. We got those from Bailey. We're sitting at 60 now as we wait for a high. And get this, it's cooler today. High of only 84. A little breezy outside, 5 to 10 today. And we will have up to 20-mile-an-hour gust at some point. It's going to be tough on the fishing and deer hunting. We got all those details as well coming up in just a little bit. So how do you feel? We hope good. We'll have coffee brewing in a moment here at the studio. Hope you'll get you a cup and sit back and join us. Let's go to Collinsville now. Let's get our word of the day as we'll go see our friends at First Baptist.
If you've ever wondered what God thinks of sin, look no further than the opening of Genesis 6. There we find that it grieves God to his core. Now, Genesis 6 paints a picture that is sobering. As humanity multiplied, so did sin. Wickedness filled the earth, and every thought of the human heart was bent toward evil. And verse 6 tells us exactly how God felt about it. Sin grieved his heart. He wasn't cold or indifferent to it. The Creator who formed us in love was pierced with sorrow over the corruption of us, his image bearers. Our rebellion, you see, doesn't just break commands, it breaks God's heart. So sin is never merely horizontal, hurting others and ourselves. It's also always vertical, wounding the one who made us. And therefore, God decided that the best option was just to wipe humanity off the face of the earth. Yet even in the midst of grief and that impending judgment, verse 8, it shines like a beacon of light, right? But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. God's mercy even then breaks through his sorrow. And he's going to have to deal with sin, but he chooses grace that leads not to universal destruction. And look, that's the pattern we find over and over again in Scripture. But its fullness comes in the person of Jesus, the one who bore God's grief over sin on the cross so that we might receive his favor. So I pray that that truth would humble you. Look, sin is serious. It's not trivial. But there's comfort because God's grace is greater than our corruption. The Lord who grieves is also the one who saves. His grief and his love, they moved him to bring forth Christ to save us from our sins. So I beg you today, turn to him, turn to Christ while mercy may still be found. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And good morning. I'm your friend, Scotty Ray. Welcome back. As we said, 60 right now as we begin our day. We'll have a lot going on. We'll get into your weather forecast here just right around the corner. Good morning, Arnold. Debbie is joining us. Mark, Sherelle, good morning, along with Diane. So many of you. We'll love to hear where you're from. We got some great pictures we'll share with you on the morning show of people that's captured. I don't know if you saw, Odie, did you see yesterday's sunset picture? I kept hearing Johnny Cash, an old cowpoke come riding across the rain. Yeah. It looked just like that. So we'll take a look at that during the morning show. Hope you'll join us on that. As we start looking at headlines that are shaping America this morning, you know, it's sometimes I often talk about Jesus Christ, however you want to word that. I do. I feel that it's our responsibility as Christians to bring that up and never overlook it. But sometimes it takes guts to express your feelings. And I saw a video this morning of a guy that was walking down the street, and it was a group that had tents set up. And they really were against the Word of God, and he told them, sometimes it's hard to stand up for what's right, isn't it? In the face of when there's one of you, and it looks as though 80, 90 of them, he still stood his ground and told them that they were not teaching the word of Jesus Christ. They had, let man interfere with what that word was. And I was proud of him. It does take guts to do that. Let's see here. Nick Sororta, I may be pronouncing that wrong. He's basically a conservative journalist, freelance, sort of what we do. And he was in Portland, Oregon. Have y'all seen this? He was jumped, and the police arrested him instead of the people that jumped him. It's making headlines all across America today. It's all about who's leading the pack, is it not? If you don't have a great leader, you will have mistakes like that. We'll see what the charges are. Kash Patel, he's the guy that's over the FBI. Some agree with January 6th, some don't. I do know this, and I've said this before. I sat like you and many others and watched all this as people open the doors. I even saw police officers open the door and let people walk inside. Then people started being arrested. They have uncovered, and Kash Patel put this out, Nancy Pelosi was involved in setting up January the 6th, is what he says. She made sure there was no National Guard on scene. Her team was busy filming that January 6th documentary, if you'll remember that, and she sold it to HBO. 250 FBI agents were sent there. And I thought the number was 25 higher, but they were in plain clothes in the crowd, not identifiable. And then he says the committee was created to cover it all up. You be the judge. The facts are out there. You study it. You take it how you want. Yes or no on that. Odie, do you take a flu shot?
No.
Nor do I. Do those really work? Every time I go to pick up medicine, are you bumping, have you got your flu shot for the year? They're all on the I'm not taking one. I made the mistake once in my life of taking one, and I got sicker than I ever had in my entire life. I know there's people that look at you, maybe some doctors and people that ministers that look at you. Oh, no, I did. Whether that caused it or not, it made me to put the two together and decide I'd never do it again. But those flu shots are out there. This is that time of year where they try to get you to do that. It's up to you if you want one. It's just simply not for me. Let's see here. What else is happening today? Employee at Build-A-Bear in Washington State refused someone that wanted to build a bear and name it Charlie Kirk. They refused to do that. Now, that's not a major headline, but I thought you should know. You should. Homeland Security, they're just getting really good at making posts. Here's one that they did. This was a Twitter post. They've made over 900 arrests during Operation Midway Blitz in Illinois. To every criminal, illegal alien, darkness is no longer your ally. We will find you. And that video that they've got there is a Chinook flying above with the floodlights of the helicopter shining as they're chasing criminals throughout the streets of Illinois there. Louisiana. We got any folks in Louisiana? People nearby? This is good news in my opinion. Planned Parenthood has closed and when I tell you every branch that it had, facility in Louisiana, it's gone. I'd say that's a good thing for children of the world. I'm going to mispronounce this name, but I'll give it a try. I'm often known for not being able to pronounce names that, just aren't straightforward. This one I have trouble with. Kilmer Alberigo Garcia. Does that name ring a bell? Let me show you a picture of him. This is the guy that we had senators. No, that's the wrong picture. Where did he go? Here he is. This is that guy that they were flying down having, wine with him while he was in jail? Y'all remember that guy? He's got to leave. A judge has ruled that he can no longer stay in the U.S. of A. No way, no how. He's got to go, and, he was guilty of all the above. There you go. He tried. He was a MS-13 gang member, human trafficker, domestic abuser, and child predator that has to leave the streets of America. What else we got this morning? Let's see here. Oh, Apple. Do y'all? And I never understood this. Apple had an app to where you could track where ICE agents lived. Now, is that right in any shape, form, or way? Not in my opinion. They've taken it down finally.
It took a while, but they should have done it long, long time ago, shouldn't they? Cracker Barrel. This is a sign of where they're realizing the mistakes that they made. They have finally broke ties with, and get this, you'll know how all this happened now. San Francisco. Y'all ever heard of that place? I think they have a red bridge that goes across the bay there. It's pretty big. That was the company, or the base of it, that gave them the advice to take down and redesign their logo. They have finally broken ties with that advertising agency, and they are no more. Nearly destroyed them, didn't it? There's a few other companies that probably ought to take advice from that. Here's Trump. He's doing an interview, and he says, Trump on the shutdown of the government. And we're, what, day 3 today? Is that right? It's not going to be voted on. It's not going to happen. We're going to remain shut down over the weekend. There's no way. It's too early. He says there could be firings, and that's their fault. I didn't want this, but I'm allowed to cut things that should have never been approved in the first place, and I probably will. There's going to be some jobs going away. I don't think they've caught on to this yet. Now, in polls across America today, most polls are still trying to blame Trump for this, showing that it's Trump's fault the government shut down. As it lingers on, you may see a difference in that. Trump doing well in polling as well. Here is something that you should know. America, overall, let's take a pie. 100% of Americans. Do you know there's only 28% of Americans that have any trust left in the big 3 news media? That's how they feel. They don't trust those. And what I mean by that is your NBC, your ABC, CBS, MSNBCs, only 28% believe what they see on television now. Most are switching to newscasts like we have here that are straightforward, unbiased, and tell you the way it is. As Greg said, honest. And we try to be honest about it. Everything we do, everything we tell is given in honesty. If we make a mistake, we'll change it as quickly as we can. This is shocking. I remember when they hired this guy, and I remember thinking, loser, loser, loser. He just didn't fit the part. John Fetterman, you remember the guy that didn't seem to have a coat and tie? He still doesn't. Showed up to Congress wearing his hoodie, wasn't it? More Republicans approve of him than Democrats now. It's not that he's a Republican. He's sort of thinking down the middle of what's right and what's wrong, which has caused the Democrats not to like him now. Keith Urban was on stage with no ring on. Changed that. I don't know Keith Urban music anymore. It's been probably 25 years since I listened to anything new of his, but he did make a lyric change of some song he had where he took his wife's name out and inserted a guitar player's name. It was a female. It was not Hank Jr.'s Dinosaur. Them guitar pickers, if you know what I mean. You know that song, Julia?
Yes.
She does. You sure you do?
A long, long time ago.
Dinosaur? You do know it? If y'all have never listened to Dinosaur, you should. Oh, and go ahead and listen to The American Way while you're at it there. And you land in Birmingham, you'll find out that you'll get the last gate. What else is happening this morning? Boy, this is stout. We have our very first, I didn't know there was such a thing until now. Elon Musk has become the world's first half-trillionaire. Half-trillionaire. He hadn't quite made it to trillionaire. I couldn't count that. His stocks have shot back up in Tesla. Tesla. Well, why don't we just name that company Tulsa and be done with it?
Because you mispronounce it.
Tesla, correct?
Tesla.
Just like it's spelled.
Not necessarily. Julia's over there saying it sounds just like it's spelled. Not in my world. Let's see here. Washington Post says that coming soon, tough decisions are going to have to be made. What do they mean by that? Somebody's fixing to lose their job. It's coming. It's very liberal. They're going to be changing the way they do business to stay in business. The mayor of Portland, Oregon is saying it's not true. Trump says it is. Trump says that troops are arriving in Portland. The mayor says not true just yet. We'll see who wins in the end on that. Let's see, Memphis, Tennessee. Let's talk about what's going on there. So far this week, this is what the latest that we've got here. Let me show you this picture. This is it. Memphis, 93 arrests, 28 illegal guns have been seized off the streets of Memphis since those federal boys have arrived. Let's see what else we got this morning. You remember Nirvana? I don't. What is it now? Hang on.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. I did you listen to the music?
No.
Me either.
It smells like Teen Spirit.
Well, they had do y'all remember years ago, and I only reason I know this is I saw the picture, it was in the news so much, that album cover had the naked baby on it. The family, I think it was a brother or something, kept trying to sue. It was his brother that was in the picture, saying that it was nudity and it shouldn't be there, and federal judge says, no, that's not. You go look at the album cover and decide for yourself and see if the judge is right or not. What was that, early 90s, Julia? Is that right?
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain was in that group.
Didn't he die in like
Yeah, he
94?
committed suicide-ish.
It's like 94 he died, maybe? I don't know. I might just guess. In Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
See, I know things.
You do know a few things there. Buster's all over the table. Let me turn this around and show Buster
No,
this morning.
we're not ready yet. I don't know how to-
Buster didn't have on his makeup.
Well, I haven't finished mine, but
Buster is ready
we're
for the
trying to
morning
wear him
show.
out. He's all dressed up. He's a gentleman and a scholar.
He'll be joining us at 7 o'clock. I hope y'all will too. Let's see here. We have someone that has been removed. Do you remember yesterday we talked about the FBI removed, I think it was 12 agents that took a knee when they were told to go do their job in front? Today we found out the FBI has removed someone that had a pride flag flying in their office. They no longer have a job either. American flag or don't be there is basically what they're saying. I don't know if this is because the ratings are bad or they just don't play manly football anymore. But the NFL is getting ready to launch a professional flag football league for men and women.
Oh, my.
Seriously. I guess they could. We used to call that, wasn't it, touch football in high school? That's what you call. You can't touch now. You got to grab the flag. So I don't know whether that reflects the lack of America wanting to have anything to do with the NFL or not. They got trouble coming as they prepare for their Super Bowl. I think it was a wrong decision. Hey, a woman just got this box, and y'all tell me if you think there's hanky-panky going on. Maine is where this happened. She got her Amazon box. She opens it up on her kitchen counter, and guess what's inside? 250 ballots for the upcoming election. Police are investigating. He's been federally charged now. You remember the guy that was the superintendent? Faked his doctorate? Oh, and he was a legal alien. He's been officially charged now. Went before the judge. He had to do it. Didn't have a choice on that. Sean Puff Daddy, I think he's going to get his sentence today. Anybody upset in the room? I know nothing about Puff
Really
Daddy,
cleared
his
him up
music,
before he's
anything like that. It is most likely, his lawyers are saying he's already been in jail 14 months, let him go. As we look at the prosecutors, they look at it different. They're asking for 11 years day for day. We should find out later on what actually does happen with this. Let's see this morning. They are battling a fire in Southern California. They have had a large Chevron refinery catch on fire. Have y'all seen this? It's flames everywhere. They're trying to put this out. That's got to be tough to put out. Speaking of, we'll talk about some fires that's been going on in our community because we've had a lot in the last 24 hours. I would probably panic on this. Duck hunters. Anybody out there duck hunt?
No.
I'm not a duck hunter, but I know there's a bunch who do. And you get your little wetsuit on and you go out.
Freeze to death.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah.
To kill a duck that tastes like dirt.
Chicken.
Yeah.
He got stuck in what was being characterized as, well, quicksand. He couldn't move. He sunk up to his chest and was kind of there. This is one of those instances, carry your cell phone with you, put it on silent in case you got an emergency. Buster is all into this of pet me in the head over there. He's going, Greg, save me, save me. Let's see what else we've got this morning here. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was after there. Mega preacher. Preachers are not, or sinners as well. Never forget that. We have Robert Morris. He is the pastor of a Texas megachurch. He has struck a deal as he has been found guilty of lustful touching of a 12-year-old back in the 80s. He's headed off to jail. He'll only serve 6 months. He'll pay a $250,000 fine. He did get a 10-year sentence, cut back to 6 months in jail. $250,000 in restitution. Again, there's folks, don't let them fool you. There's bad folks inside church. Sometimes the devil's sitting next to you on the pew. Did y'all know that? I mean, I'm serious about that. The devil does that. Never think that because you're in there that he won't walk in. He could be just an aisle over. Careful, careful, careful in life's decisions. We'll be right back. We're going to do your forecast next.
When your AC goes out, your sink leaks, or your breakers are tripping, you need help fast from someone you can trust. That's why we work hard to have the fastest service times and the most knowledgeable technicians in Central Mississippi. Our promise to you, at your door in under 24. So don't wait days for others to show up. Call Environment Masters for hassle-free plumbing, electrical, and AC. At your door in under 24, because it's not cool to make you wait.
The Scotty Ray Report studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
Welcome back. As we look at our record highs and lows, 2019, it was hot today, 102. Back in 84, we were sitting at a cool 36 today. 1984 was a cool year. As we look at today's record highs and lows, 86 there in Columbus, we'll see 83. Ole Miss, y'all get ready. Corinth, we'll see about 84 as we get into the Meridian area in Philadelphia. Around 84 as we go south through McGee, Laurel, Hattiesburg, anywhere from 85 to 84. Natchez, a little bit warmer to our west as we get near the river there. A lot of fog there this morning also. 87 in Natchez today. As we look at the Bama side, east of here, Demopolis, 84, 82 in Birmingham, and we should see 81 at War Eagle Country over there at Auburn today. As we look at our outlook, here's what we got. South Mississippi, a little bit hotter than it is in East Central. Cooler the further north we go there. As we look at our 7-day outlook now, 84 today is best we're going to get out of that thermometer. 0% chance of rain. 85 tomorrow and 85 on Sunday. 20% chance there as we get into Monday. Cooler, 82. But I like the mid-80s, don't y'all? This 89, 90, 93's done got old. Bring back 75-degree weather. Make weather great again. I didn't get any response from y'all. I thought y'all would jump on. They're asleep. As we get ready for this all the way through October 17th, as we see the highs will maintain low 80s there. Not bad at all there. And we have minute chances of rain. That's not good for those of you who have not planted just yet. As we look at what's happening today, anybody going fishing today? Here's what we've got. East wind 5 to 15, gust of up to 20 miles an hour today. Now, major times to fish will be at 8:46 through 10:46. It'll be after dark the next time. But you do have a minor time this afternoon between 4 and 5. Good luck with that. As we see the sunrise hit at 6:50 this morning, just a couple of 3 minutes ago. Sunset will roll in at 6:36. Let's talk about hunting, what's going on today with Wimberley Taxidermy, as we have an average day of deer hunting. Again, that wind's going to be east 5 to 15 with gusts of up to 20. Major times to hunt today, 8:52 to 10:52. So let's just call that 9 till 11. Minor times to fish to hunt this afternoon. If you can get off from work and get in a tree, 4 p.m. through 5 p.m. should be good. Sunrise again, 6:50, sunset at 6:36. As we go to the tropics this morning, here's what we got. We're getting it down further and further. 20% chance here. This is diminishing. Imelda is going away. 20% chance here. 10% still there. This has actually moved up to 30% since our last update of when we put that together. Let's go back over and take a look at radar of what we've got this morning as we pull that up live here. Nothing really going on. We do have some showers in the Gulf of America down here. Nothing major there. Pensacola looks good, as we do see fog now in Knoxville, Asheville. We had fog here earlier. That's diminished, but heavy fog as we get into the West Virginia area there. Again, we don't really have anything going here, but this is that little 10% chance of rain in there, nothing major to look at on the tropics. Always we're watching that. We're just a couple of minutes from coming back and being live this morning as we will get ready for the morning show. The entire gang is here. Won't you join us? Any words of advice, Greg? Not yet.
Hang in there like a hair in a biscuit.
There you go. We'll be right back as the morning begins here at the Scotty Ray Report.